everyone, Serena Bee here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have another journal with me video, and I'm going to be documenting a very special friend, my friend Spot. So I decided to go with the center of the signature because I have a lot of photos and a lot of stuff that I want to document. So I'm just using this vintage wallpaper. This is one of my favorites. And so let me add the Tombow dots adhesive on the edges of the wallpaper, and then I use the glue stick to cover the center. So I'm using a mixture of photos and some vintage children's illustrations, and also some Maggie Holmes die cuts and embellishments. And I recently did a Maggie Holmes haul, so I do use some of the stickers and stuff that I picked up in that haul, so I'll link it below if you're interested. So I use this illustration because I think it's so perfect. It reminds me of me and Spot and how I used to give her some, healthy peanuts and snacks and just watch her eat up by my window. So I just had to use that illustration. It was perfect. And I added some gold ribbon at the bottom with the Tombow Aqua liquid glue. And so I'm using these stickers that I have in my stash just to spell out my friend Spot. And I started to use different colors to spell out her name, but then I decided to change it and just use all the same colors for the title. I think it looks a lot better. So I play around with these different paper embellishments from Maggie Holmes and to see which one I like the most. So I go back and forth. I'm just trying to see which one would fit the vibe better. I'm just deciding which embellishments to use, and in fact I don't really use that flower. I do try putting it down, but you'll see I replace it later with something else. So I'm just trying to figure out the layout and how I want to spread everything out, and here I am again trying to figure out which paper would look better. I didn't necessarily want her to peek out through the pocket, so I decided to go with a different paper, and you'll see that shortly. So I just trimmed this photo down and I backed it up on some avocado dyed paper. If you have any questions about what I'm using, you can just leave a comment below, but mostly it's all Maggie Holmes or vintage ephemera. With the placement of the photos, and I wanted to fit all of them, but I could only fit 4, and I really like how it turned out, and I added the other photos on the other card, which you'll see shortly. I think she's so cute, and the main photo that I have highlighted is in black and white, and the little peanut she's eating, she took a bite out of it and it looks like a heart. But that just means so much to me and warms up my little heart, because my friend Spot has a special spot in my heart forever and always, and I miss her dearly, and we had a special bond, and oh, she's just the sweetest. So I really wanted to create a page spread just for her so I can document and remember her, because I loved her so much. So you'll see me play around with different ways of how to embellish this page, and I moved that yellow bow around a lot, and I really like how it looks in the end, but I was just trying to see which elements I wanted to use. So here you see me taking up that vellum sticker. I just didn't really like how transparent it was, and I decided to go with this sticker, and it's from Open Book. And again, I'm trying to figure out which bow I want to use and how I want to place them, but I switched that out again. I go with sunflowers and that yellow bow on the other photo. To use this pretty floral background paper for my photos. The paper is pretty flimsy, but it's perfect to mat my photo behind it. And I'm using some antique piano paper roll here just to back up these 2 photos of Spot. And that was actually the last time we spent together, and we had a special moment. Little did I know that was the last time. It means something now. I didn't know what happened at that time, but looking back I see maybe that's why we had that special moment together. Some vintage ribbon, and I'm creating a pull tab for the card here, and I decided to add a piece of this cream vintage lace on top, and I'm just going to staple it together with my tiny attacher from Tim Holtz. and I really like how this page looks. And the back photos are of her babies. Spot had babies. At first I thought she was a boy, but then she has 5 babies, and she lived in the tree in front of our apartment, so I was always like, you know, checking on her and making sure she was all right. And when I saw the 5 babies come out of the hole from the tree, it was like a clown car almost. So I was like, how many are there? So it was a really sweet moment, and I do journal about that as well. So this is a vintage envelope that I recently picked up, and I actually have a craft with me video where I alter these envelopes to give you some ideas. So I'll link that video as well if you want to check it out. I made another altered envelope for this one because I needed a space to put all my journaling. I knew I was going to write a lot. So I took that washi sticker that I didn't end up using on the photo, and I added it to the envelope, which looks a lot better because it blends in with the white background. So I'm just using some scraps to decorate further, and I'm using my favorite rose gold wrapping paper. I'm actually going to be including that vintage mauve wallpaper and the rose gold wrapping paper in my upcoming fall kits. I know a few of you have been asking about it because I have been using them for years, so I'm finally going to be including them in one of the kits, so I'm really excited about that. So this is where I'm going to house my letter, and I'm also going to be adding an extra photo in this envelope. Decorate the envelope, I decided to add that other children's illustration because there are 5 little squirrels, and to me it represents Spot's 5 little babies. And there's a new squirrel that lives in her home now, and that squirrel had 3 babies, so I like to think that that is one of Spot's babies who had her own family in the tree. So it might not be true, but in my mind that's what I like to think. Some finishing touches, and I have a bunch of these squirrel stickers that I absolutely love, and this was the perfect opportunity to use them up, so I had to make sure I included them. So now I'm just adding some more stickers to finish up. I had that spot there that I didn't really like. It was just plain on the illustration, so I added that flower, and I think it looks really nice there. And I'm going to continue adding some finishing touches with more stickers. More is more for me. Like, I always like to add more. I don't really like white space, so I try to cover up the space as much as I can, and I really like how that looks. I added that little label on the top, and I'm going to go later and add a word sticker from the same collection. The one I'm using is Forever Fields for Mighty Homes. Spread. I really love how it turned out, and I love that I have a page dedicated to Spot, who is really important to me, and I'll never forget her. We had some really special moments together, and I just love her so much. So this page is dedicated to my friend Spot. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to check out my other junk journal videos. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!